but like low-key between us, I'm kind of obsessed. And I loved this book so much. I look like a freaking rainbow. What the f? Every summer, I just want to be Donna from Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. I didn't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Hi everyone, my name is Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be really fun because it is the start of a brand new reading vlog. I am actually going to be reading one of my favorite booktubers' favorite books. My friend Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook actually asked me if she could read some of my favorites for a video on her channel, and I said yes. It made me so excited that I thought to myself, well wait, what if I read her favorites too? And so I told her the idea and she really got excited. So this is going to be what this vlog is. I will be reading all of her favorites. Here are all of the books. So I have 2 books that are her favorites and then 1 book that we're actually going to be buddy reading together. The first one is a book that I've been wanting to read for quite a while, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by VE Schwab. I don't really know a lot. I know that it is adult. I think it's like fantasy, and it follows a boy who has a cloak or a coat that allows him, I think, to like travel to different worlds. I think there's like 3 or 4 different versions of London that he can go back and forth through. And along the way, he meets a thief named Lila, who I think kind of tries to travel with him. Her next favorite book is called The Female of the Species, and this is by Mindy Mcginnis. I don't know a lot about this. I think it's a little bit of like a YA thriller, and it's about a girl whose sister, I think, was murdered, and so she decides to go after the murderer herself. It sounds really dark, and I really love the concept, so I think I'm gonna love this. And then finally, the last book is our buddy read, and that is House of Hollow, and this is by Krystal Sutherland. This is a book that I've been wanting to read, oh my gosh, since I first heard about its release date. The cover is so beautiful, but also I like love the idea of a kind of like horror-esque YA book with some speculative elements. I think it'll be really fun to read together. This is about 3 sisters, and they disappear one day, and then they don't remember where they go. And then years later, one of them disappears again. And I think the youngest sister, Iris, has to try to track her down and find her. So those are the 3 books that I will be focusing on for this. I will go ahead and link down her video that she does for my reading taste, so you can see if she likes any of the books. She might hate all of them, who knows, but it'll be kind of fun to like watch the vlogs back and forth. So I will link that down below as well. By the way, if you have not subscribed to her or if you don't know her, I think if you like my channel, you'll probably really like hers. We have very similar personalities. We're actually like very similar people. We both found out that we're ENFJs on the Myers-Briggs thing, and we are both fire signs. I'm a Leo and she's an Aries, and we just have like a lot in common. So even like her editing style and stuff, it's all so aesthetic and pretty and things that I wish that mine had. I don't know. I really like her channel. Go follow her. But anyways, that is it for the intro. So without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get started with reading Sabine's books. Hello besties and good morning. I have quite the colorful makeup and shirt on today. I was filming a clip for my June TBR, and you know what? I just figured I'd leave it on today and I would just vlog, you know, super dressed up. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys like a little bit of an update. I am 93 pages in, and holy, you guys, this book is so good. It's not that I didn't think it was gonna be good, it's just that I didn't think it was gonna be this good. We are following our main protagonist, Alex, but the cool thing about this book is that we have like lots of different perspectives. So we have this guy named Jack, we have a girl named PK, whose real name is Claire, but she goes by PK. It's just a really fast-paced book so far. I'm getting the indication that Sabine really likes fast-paced books, which is interesting. And I'm kind of like having a hard time putting down the book, but I really want to vlog my experience and like take my time while I'm reading this. So I'm intentionally trying to go like a little bit slower. My battery died and I don't remember what part I was saying, but basically I like this book. It's really good. It's basically about this girl named Alex, and her sister was murdered by a person, and so she's like out for vengeance. It seems like very apparent from the very beginning that she has killed a man or she is going to kill a man, and it's so fascinating like being in her mind, because you're not mad, because like she's taking justice kind of into her own hands, because her sister was murdered. So like I really love Alex a lot, and I love like the pace of it. It's so good. It's also so different from the books that I suggested to Sabine. Yeah, if I had known that she was this into fast-paced reads, I probably would have suggested a couple different ones, but I'm just really, really loving it. But anyways, the sun is shining. I'm in a good mood. I look like a freaking rainbow. I mean, how can you have a bad day when you look like a freaking rainbow? You know what I mean? I think what I'm gonna do right now though is I'm really hungry. So I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. I really feel like an acai bowl. So we are gonna go ahead and do one of those. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm actually gonna read outside. But anyways, that's it. So let's go make some acai. Well, you don't make it, you assemble, whatever. Let's go. Hello, it is I in the kitchen. I don't have a tripod, so I'm gonna be awkwardly like holding you while I walk you through my acai bowl. You've never made an acai bowl, you say? Well, that's okay, because it's really freaking easy. The first thing you wanna do is get one of these things. It's an acai pack. Literally, that's what you do. Amazing! Wow! I'm gonna fill it up first with the acai, and then the magic happens with the fruit. What fruit will I get? Will I do a banana? Will I do a nectarine? Will I do an orange? Will I do a mango? The answer is yes. Also, can we just take a moment? It's matching. Okay, here's what it looks like so far. Really pretty. We've got a nectarine, blueberries, a banana, papaya, strawberries. And then on top of that, I'm also going to add almonds and also some of these coconut strips because I think that'll be good. And then I'm gonna top it with just like a little bit of honey. You guys, I am absolutely obsessed. It looks so pretty. It's like, this is my favorite thing to eat, I think. I also really like avocado toast, but like I'm obsessed with this. And my favorite way to eat it is outside. I love my backyard and I love my porch because you just have like this very lush, like foresty green. It's usually really, really peaceful and calm. It just makes me happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into my breakfast, and then I'm gonna continue on with the female of the species. I will catch up with you in a little bit. So I'm in my car, and I thought it would be really fun to go and pick up Sabine's favorite desserts. I don't know, I think it'll be fun to kind of maybe chow down on some desserts while I am watching one of my current obsessions, which is The Haunting of Bly Manor. I really wanna watch more of that tonight. And like, I thought to myself, you know, you could really eat anything, but why not go for Sabine's favorites, since this is in fact a vlog all about Sabine. I know her favorites because they are also my favorites. She really likes tiramisu and creme brulee and French macaroons. However, we are focusing on creme brulee and French macaroons. I asked her earlier what her favorite like flavors are for the French macaroons, and she said pistachio, vanilla, and then usually she likes like a nut flavor. So she said that she liked praline or hazelnut. So I'm gonna see if I can find either like hazelnut or praline. My personal favorites are pistachio, vanilla, and then probably like salted caramel. So we're gonna go do that. I'm very excited to go and get les desserts. And then when I get back, I'm gonna do some work. Then I'm gonna read a lot of the book because I really want to try to get as far as I can tonight in that book. And then obviously I want to watch Bly Manor, which has zero to do with Sabine. I don't even think she's seen that show, but like low-key between us, I'm kind of obsessed. Here's why I like it. The acting isn't bad, okay? A lot of people are like, the acting sucks. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's cheesy. It's kind of like the cheesiness of the acting that really like breaks up the tension with like how scary it is. And so I can watch it and I'm not terrified at all. I thought I was gonna be terrified. Nope, I am not, because the acting kind of helps it a little bit. It's scary, but it's not like terrifying. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy that vibe because I love ghost stories. We all know I love ghost stories. I did a whole vlog about loving ghost stories, but I just don't like it when it's so scary that the whole time I'm like holding my breath. Like, that's not fun. Nobody wants to hold their breath for an hour. That would make me pass out. I also might FaceTime my bestie Kaylin because I feel like it. I'm codependent on our friendship. And she is too, so love that for us. But anyways, besties, that's it. So let's get out of here. Let's go pick up the desserts, come back, do our work, so that we can finish the work, so that we can eat the desserts. And of course, read more of Sabine's favorite books. Oh my gosh, they look so pretty. And look at, they even have a creme brulee. What a good day. Oh, she also really likes tiramisu, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna do 2 desserts, not 3. Okay, also though, I wish that this was her favorite because, oh
Holy cow, do I want that in my mouth.
Hello! So I almost got sea salt and caramel because like I said, that's my favorite. However, they actually had all three of Sabine's favorites. We've got pistachio and vanilla, which are my two favorites. But then also, she said that she likes nut ones. So like hazelnut, and that one is hazelnut. It's so pretty! Oh, so I'm probably gonna do some work for, I would say 2 hours, but then hopefully I can just go back to reading Le Book. And then I really wanna watch The Haunting of Bly Manor. Let's get to work. Let's finish some videos and then let's read and eat dessert. I really wanna eat this dessert right now. Okay.
It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we said. Yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. We pick up the pieces and start again. Don't give up, we're holding on. For what it's worth, I'll try to change.
Hello everyone, it is a brand new day and I have officially finished The Female of the Species by Mindy Mcginnis. Oh my god, I got the whole name right and I didn't even look. So this was such a fun book to read, and by fun, I mean incredibly entertaining. I wouldn't necessarily say fun because it wasn't like a lighthearted read, but it was so wonderful and I would highly recommend this to anyone in the YA category. I will say major trigger warnings in this one for sexual abuse, sexual assault, childhood abuse. There's a lot of violence in here, a lot of graphic depictions of like death and violence specifically, and a lot of like date rape culture is discussed in this and rape culture in general. So if these are things that bother you or that you would rather avoid, I would say you probably don't want to pick this up. However, if you feel like you are in a safe headspace to read all of those things, this book was absolutely wonderful. The entire book read like a thriller. It was so suspenseful. I really like this because I like a lot of the messages in this book a lot, and it was just so fast-paced that it was so easy for me to just completely fly through. I have gone back and forth with my rating with this book. I think objectively, this is a 5-star read because the writing was phenomenal, the characterization was great, the plot was wonderful. I feel like she did such a great job really connecting all of the different subplots in a beautiful and just well thought out way. But for me, I didn't enjoy the ending as much as I think Sabine did. The ending is another subjective thing. Some people are going to love the ending of this, and honestly, I don't know how else I would have ended it, but I didn't love the ending quite as much. I also feel like the best part of this book was the beginning when you get all of the momentum, but I didn't quite love the middle as much as the beginning or the end. I would, however, say that this was well worth the read, and I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a fast-paced, well-done YA book. So I would objectively give this book a 5 stars. I would say as well, like my enjoyment for it was pretty high. I would give this book overall somewhere between a 4 and a 4.5. It's almost a 5-star for me. So I really love this, and I feel like Sabine picked a great book. I also feel like from reading this book and from comparing our other 5-star reads in the past, I definitely understand her reading taste so much better. She really likes fast-paced plots, and she really likes a good characterization as well, but she likes high stakes in a book, and I'm really glad that she asked me to read it. So yeah. The next book that I will be reading for Sabine's taste is A Darker Shade of Magic by VE Schwab. And I'm so excited that this was one of the books that she gave 5 stars to because I've been wanting to read this book for such a long time. I actually have the other 2 books like on my bookshelves as well. So I don't know, I'm just really excited to read it, and hopefully I like it enough to read the entire series. Victoria Schwab is actually one of my heroes. Like, just as a little bit of a side note, she actually wrote a couple of her first books while she was finishing up grad school. She is such a badass. This particular book is a book that I don't know a lot going into. It's about Kel, who has this fantastic coat, and the coat, I think, allows him to travel to different dimensions. There are either 3 or 4 different Londons. I think I'm actually gonna start this tomorrow, but I wanted to update you guys today. It's also just so much fun to read Sabine's favorites. If you have friends or family members, I highly recommend that you just ask them what their favorite books are and read them, because it makes you feel like you kind of know people like on a deeper level. I feel like that's a big reason why I'm always like kind of nervous to tell people what my favorite books are. Not because I'm afraid that they're not gonna like them. I'm not a person who gets offended by that. It's more like sharing your favorites, I feel, is like a window to your soul. My favorite books are my favorite books for a reason. They're my favorite books because I've gone through similar things that the characters have gone through, or I have similar views, or I connected with the style or the voice. When you're telling people like, this book is my favorite, what you're really telling them is, I connected to this book, and so here's my heart, here's my trauma, here is how I feel about something, here is an emotion that like I really connected with, and you're just kind of like bearing your soul. I feel like when you connect to a book, it's like on such a visceral level. I don't really get offended when people don't love my favorite books. I just always get nervous in exposing my favorite books because I feel like it shows so much of who I am to a person. So it's just been really like fun to read her favorites and to see like more about who she is, because she's such a cool person. Like, I'm so happy that we're friends. That's one cool thing about BookTube, is I feel like you just meet the coolest people. Like, some of my content creator friends genuinely are some of my best friends in real life. Like, Kaylin is my all-time best friend. I talk to her every single day. If I call up Gavin, I know he's going to answer the phone. I know he's gonna be there for me. I told him that I was really stressed out that my dog was having surgery, and he immediately like messaged so many messages, like asking if I was okay, asking if he could do anything for me. I told my friend Liv that I was having an off week. She immediately sent me a Starbucks gift card and was like, please get yourself something nice. I love you so much. Like, you're such a great friend. Allie, she checks in on me all the time and she's like, are you okay? Like, I've been thinking about you. I've noticed that you are talking a little bit different. Are you sad? My friends just mean so much to me, and I'm so thankful that I've met so many people through BookTube. It has nothing to do with this vlog, but I'm just really thankful. Like, I'm so thankful for all the friends I've met, including Sabine, who is such a good person. It's not just that her content is great. It's not just that her aesthetic is beautiful and has like the most bubbly, happy, beautiful personality. It's that she genuinely like cares. She really cares a lot about her friends and about her boyfriend and about her family and about trying to make a difference in the world. I'm just so thankful that we're friends. It's nice to read her favorites, and it's nice to get to know her more because she's such a good person, and I'm so glad we're friends. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. I'm excited to start this. If I start it tonight, I will update you, but I think I'm really gonna be reading it tomorrow. I will catch you in a little bit with my next update. Hello friends, I am back with another update. So, I know the last time that I talked to you, I was going to start A Darker Shade of Magic by VE Schwab. However, I've actually finished the entire book. So what happened was I listened to it audibly while I was doing a bookshelf organization. As you can tell, my bookshelves look very different from when I first started recording this. And basically what I did was I just had my headphones in the whole time and I was listening to this book while I was reorganizing my bookshelves. And I have to say, I don't recommend the audiobook. I didn't enjoy this book as much as I thought I would, and I'm wondering if it had anything to do with listening to the audio. This has happened to me for 2 other books. I listened to the audio, and because I didn't connect to the narrator's style, I ended up not enjoying the books. I did not like his voices. Like, he had very specific accents for very different characters. Every time he would do an accent, I would get annoyed. So I don't know if like my rating on this is completely fair, because I think I would have enjoyed this more if I had read it physically instead of choosing to do the audiobook. I actually have all the other books in this series. There are 3 books in total in this series, and I am gonna pick up the second book and just try to read it physically. I really loved the world building of this. Her concepts were like a 10 out of 10. Like I would give this a 5-star as far as concept. The intricacies of thinking of other worlds and being able to go into all of them and having this person who smuggles things in between worlds, I thought that was really cool. But I feel like this story was more plot focused and less character focused. I just felt so bored from the characters. Like Lila Bard was boring to me. I don't know. I wasn't interested in her. On paper, she was cool. On paper, like a girl who's an ass-kicking thief, that sounds awesome. But she just like wasn't interesting to me. Kel, I don't think had a personality. I was not interested in him at all. I just felt like the whole thing was more about the plot. I just didn't feel connected to the characters. I really liked the world, but I didn't really, like I couldn't get invested in the story because the whole time it just felt like the main focus was the plot. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. And I tend to, I think, fall more in love with books that focus heavily on like character and character development. I mean, even if it's set in like a fantasy setting, I just really like a lot of introspective and things like that, which I think she does phenomenally, but I just didn't see it in this book. I would say concepts, 5 stars. I would say world building, 5 stars. I would say characters, I don't think they were bad actually. I just think that they were boring. They were like average. But my personal enjoyment for this book, I didn't like it. So I would give it like a 2-star. Now, having said that, I can see why Sabine would like this book. She likes fast-paced books, and this has a great plot. So if you're a person who really likes reading books that almost feel like action movies, I think you would like this actually. I actually thought that the pacing of this was very fast. So if you love fast-paced books and you love high fantasy, I think you'd love this. I also feel that I am in the minority of opinions because Goodreads gives this a really high ranking. So this is one of those times where like, don't listen to me, don't do it. Victoria Schwab is my actual hero. I would be so lucky to write anything even half as good as this book. Do you know what I mean? It's just that I didn't connect with it, and I think that's okay. I think objectively, this is anywhere between a 3.5 and a 4-star, but for my personal enjoyment, it was a 2-star. So we're just gonna say 3-star. And now we have got the final book, and that is going to be our buddy read. So we are buddy reading House of Hollow, and I really like that she wanted to do a buddy read because I think it kind of makes it a little bit more interactive. I got to read 2 of her favorites, she got to read 2 of my favorites, and now we get to discover a book together. I think this sounds really cool and really creepy. This is a YA horror, but I think it also has elements of like speculative or magic put into it. So I don't know exactly how much of it is gonna be like a fantasy and how much of it just has elements of being speculative, but I think it's gonna be really cool. I know it's about 3 sisters. I know one of them disappears, and I know that the main sister is trying to figure out what happened. Iris is trying to figure out what happened. I will fill you in, and hopefully it's a little creepy. Hopefully it scares me a little bit. I think that'll be fun. That's it for my update for right now, you guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Hello friends, it is a couple of days later. I am here to update you on House of Hollow by Krystal Sutherland. So I am on page 73 of this book. Okay, first of all, actually, can we address the fact that I feel like I've been in overalls in every single shot of this vlog? I think it's because it's summertime, and every summer I just want to be Donna from Mamma Mia, and I will make no apologies about that.
Mamma Mia.
There we go. This is now the overall vlog. But, okay, I just needed to address that. Back to the book. I'm on page 73, and I'm really enjoying this book. I feel like it is so fast-paced, but there's also so much tension in the book so far. We're following Iris, who is the youngest of these 3 very mysterious and beautiful sisters. I'm really enjoying kind of like the intrigue and the mystery around what happened to them as kids. It's really interesting because her other 2 sisters are very like vivacious and super out there, but Iris is very like quiet and reserved, and she kind of just wants to live a normal life. I'm really enjoying her character so far, and the thing that I'm loving the most about this book is the atmosphere. The atmosphere of this is peak. It is so good. I feel like this would be kind of like the perfect book to read around the fall time. So I read the first 73 pages like a couple of days ago, and I chatted about this with Sabine. We're both kind of like DMing on Instagram back and forth a little bit about it, and I think she really likes it as well. My plan is to try to get more than halfway through the book today, so I'm really going to spend most of the day reading this book, but I don't know if I'm going to necessarily finish the book yet. So I think what I'm going to do to kind of kick things off is I'm going to go and get myself a Starbucks because it is very hot. And I think it would be fun to have like a summery frappuccino drink. I don't know. I think that'll be really fun. So let's go get a Starbucks. Let's come back. And then I think I'm going to read a bunch of this on my porch while sipping my Starbucks. Let's go.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights, talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now.
Hi. So I am officially on chapter 9, which means that I'm on page 91. Sorry, there wasn't like a page number there. And it is so good. I think one of the reasons I like this so much is it feels almost like a thriller, even though it's not really categorized as a thriller. It's like categorized almost as like YA horror, but it's reading like a thriller and a mystery because we're trying to figure out what happened to Iris's big sister Gray. We're given like clues, like the two sisters are following all these clues trying to track her down, but it's also trying to figure out what happened to them as kids. It's just so interesting and so fast-paced, and there's just the right amount of like a magical element. It's really good. Also, there is this thing that is trying to track them down as well. So we've got so much tension because they're kind of in danger as well. It's so spooky. It's so atmospheric. I really like this book. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pause for a second because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm starving. I really want breakfast. So I'm gonna go make myself some breakfast. I will catch up with you in a little while later tonight when I continue reading The House of Hollow. Hello, friends. So I am back and I have finished House of Hollow by Krystal Sutherland, and I loved this book so much. I ended up finishing this a couple of nights ago. It was really fun because I decided to read the entire thing when it was like storming outside, and it was so fun and so creepy and so atmospheric. Let me take you back to that night. It was a dark and stormy night.
Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm. Physical silence, no need to speak a word, lay here beside me. Don't wanna move too fast,
finished House of Hollow. Oh my god, the ending. What the f? I have said this about another ending. It was The Cousins. I just read The Cousins, and the ending of that book also blew my mind. I did not see the ending of this one coming, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I can't tell you what happens, obviously, because that would be a huge spoiler, but the ending alone is worth reading this book. I was not expecting a plot twist, but Krystal Sutherland did that. Also, I'm thoroughly creeped out. I don't know why I decided to do this while it was raining at night. Maybe that was a bad idea. I had so much fun reading this, even though it was pretty spooky reading this at night, but it was just really, really fun. And I really liked buddy reading this with Sabine and hearing her thoughts on the book as well. She actually had a lot of really, really cool insights on what was happening that I didn't even think about, and I can't talk about it because they would be spoilers. It was really, really fun chatting with her kind of about like some of her theories about the ending. I will say that I think my favorite part of this was the ending. It was just so good. I did not see it coming. I thought it was really, really great, but I also just loved the writing style in this book in particular. I thought it was so strong and so creepy and so atmospheric. If you want a book that is just going to have tons of atmosphere, it's going to feel really tense and fast-paced and almost like a dark, twisted fairy tale, highly recommend House of Hollow by Krystal Sutherland. I feel like this is going to be on so many people's recommendations this fall for like Halloween type books, including mine, but also it was really good, okay? I really enjoyed it. But anyways, those are my thoughts on House of Hollow. I absolutely loved it. I think I would give this a 4.5 star. I think this was actually my favorite book that I read for this reading vlog, although they were all really, really great books. I definitely think Sabine has some pretty great reading taste. That is for sure. By the way, if you do not follow her, I will link all of her stuff and information down below. I highly suggest that you check her out. I really, really love her channel, and I think that she is just such a fun person with such a big heart and excellent reading taste, as you can assess. Oh, and also I will definitely link down below her vlog that she did when she was reading all of my favorite books. So we'll see kind of how she feels about all of my favorite books as well. Overall, I think I really, really enjoyed her reading taste. I ended up giving Female of the Species a 4.5 stars. I gave A Darker Shade of Magic a 3 star, and then I gave House of Hollow, our buddy read, a 4.5 star. So I would call it quite the success. I think that's it for now though, you guys. Be sure to check out her vlog and her channel. I think she's amazing. I think you guys are really, really gonna like her. And I think that's it for now. So until next time, book lovers, keep your head in the clouds and your heart in a book, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you.